What's going on, guys? CJ Plays FM here, back with another realistic transfers. This time, we're going with West Ham. Obviously, it's West Ham today. We did a wheel yesterday, and it picked us 5 teams that we're going to do throughout this week. Yesterday, you saw Newcastle United rebuild realistic transfers. If you want to see how that went, go watch yesterday's video. Link is down below, or in the whatever at the end of the video. Today we're going to go with West Ham, go through their squad, find out players that I think will improve it, and look at who they have brought in real life. In real life, they have signed quite a few players, so maybe will go through some of them. I definitely agree that they need a striker. I think that's quite obvious. We know how much they rely on Antonio. But I think there's players that need to move on and players that need to adapt as well. We are going to go with a 4-3-3, which is West Ham's formation as well. So yeah. So I'm going to go away, set up all this stuff, set up the tactic, find the players, and we'll see what is needed. Well, here we go then. So here is everything. Ongoing notifications. Let's see. It's just so I leave in. Doesn't matter about that. Just accept this. Tactical. Let's create the tactic. Literally, I'm going to go 4-3-3. Thank you very much. That's the plan. Now, personally, I do not like the goalkeepers that they have, but I still do because I don't mind. Areola, I think he's a decent goalkeeper. But yeah, I think it's hard. I think personally, it's an interesting. Like you've got Kundus, Kudas. If we put in their best current team that they usually would play, you're looking at something similar to this. Yeah, to check there. Centre backs wise, I would put a Bogner there, just because I think it makes sense. Jeremy there. So, and then oh no, actually, not a Bonner. I've just seen who they would go for. Where is Katsuma? And then you got what? You're probably playing 3 at the back, aren't you? Actually, but Johnson there, and left back Emerson. So personally, I see that's an issue. That's an issue. This is an issue. So we're looking at about 3 players, and then we can sell a couple of players as well to bring up cash. This is how much I've got to spend, 60 million, to improve this team. That will get me at least a striker and a left back. I think those are the 2 positions, and potentially another centre back. I always feel like West Ham lack a centre back. So yeah, we'll get straight into looking at the strikers that our director of football will suggest for us. So Ricky, Pedro, Arezzo. What about left back? Douglas Santos. Dedic. Now, Dedic, to me, it's actually somebody that I think will benefit West Ham. He's a young fullback. However, he's very expensive. Like, that's how much the game thinks. No. So this is going to be a bit harder than the Newcastle one, because Newcastle, you can sign anybody that you want. Really. But we're looking at players currently unhappy as well. Maybe some of them will go as well. A Bonner. Yeah. Well, he's leaving. He's actually is. I mean, so that's 50k into the bank at least. Yeah. Okay. We'll go through this, find out who should stay, who should go. we'll look at the signings that the game's made. Because I did turn off the first window, but January they may have brought some players in. So we'll have a look at that now. Which I just need to go here. So they did sign a couple of players. So obviously we knew about Calvin Phillips. He's gone. Jota Silva, a youngster. Kiko Hernandez from Columbus. David Alford. Yeah. I think David was real. This one I'm not certain. I don't think happened. Can I be honest? I don't really think he's a good striker. But we'll look for it. We'll find some players to go. Look, they sold Declan Rice, and they replaced him with James Ward-Prowse. And this was basically, this bit here was all Rice money. So we need to find a player that we think we can sign and all that stuff. So I'm gonna go away, sell some people, bring some people in. We'll then decide, look at our transfers, and go through it that way. And we'll see him for the season, see how this West Ham team gets on. So the first signing that I've made is Calvert-Lewin. Yes, which is a bizarre one, but 34 million for Calvert-Lewin, I think, is a very good transfer, and actually is a realistic transfer. Like, okay, I paid 34 million. I think he's probably worth about 45. I think that's pretty good value for a striker like him. Good finishing, good first touch, good heading. He offers you that something a bit different. If you think about it, compared to Antonio, if anything, I would start Calvert-Lewin over anybody else there. Get back into it. I am looking at a left back and a a centre back. Both of them are these two here. We got Johan Lukimi, who I think is a solid backup centre back. Very good centre back, realistic as well. I think it's a weakness of last time, so Porgin's in. And then I think it's basically whoever we sell, we replace. But I think those are the three that all I need to do. So yeah. Okay then, so I've finished my transfer business for the summer, and that's where we're going to leave it now. So after this little update showing you who I've signed, Realestic and all that stuff, we'll exhibit for a season. We'll come back and see how we do. So we signed this left back, Borja Mangiera. I thought they needed a left back quite easily. And then centre mid, the same one in real life, so Morten Frender is in. Lucasimi is in as a backup centre. I think I already show you. And this is the big one for me. We signed Ronnie Banji, and he comes in with Calvert-Lewin as well. Sold a couple of players. We will quick pick the team for Leicester. And that is the team. What I may do quickly is sign a goalkeeper. I think that's the only one I'm going to do. Oh, I don't really want to get Pickford. But there wasn't a goalkeeper that I thought worked for this team. Which is tricky to do actually. Like, it was literally, who do I sign? Is there a goalkeeper that I can bring in cheap? Maybe, potentially. Let's see. It's hard to think of a play to sign. So, Trafford, Pickford wants to leave. Livakovic is always sweet. Julian Agres. They need to be like a backup goalkeeper, really. That's their job, is to be a backup. And these feel pretty much like a standard goalkeeper, other than this guy. Big Falnham. Pretty cheap, 15 million. Yes, thank you very much. That's the one I want. So I'm going to sign him, and we'll then sim forward a season, see how we do, basically. So yeah, time to go simming. So we've sim forward, and now let's see. So we've done better than Newcastle. We've still kept our job. So that saves one thing at least. Kept our job. That's the main thing. Just make sure that happens and all. So we finished mid-table, which I think in hindsight is fine. I think really it was I wanted us to get like a cup with West Ham. We definitely don't have an FA Cup because we're not in the final that we've been. And we haven't won anything else, it seems. So 14 wins, 20 draws, 4 draws, 20 defeats. That's a load of defeats. That's quite, yeah, that's not the best. Should we see what else happened? We go into, we'll go into the squad and look at the squad. Now, obviously, there was no chances at. But yeah, Mikel Antonio is retiring. Marco. So it looks like Ariella was this backup keeper. Ward-Prowse played the most games with Emerson. Edison Alvarez was, but Morel looked like it did like a bit of everyone. Goals, 14 goals for DCL. It's an alright season for him. Like did I expect a bit more? Potentially 32, 13 in the league, 1 in the cup. It's alright. It's like a bog standard season, I think. Ooh, yeah, it's not a good end to the season or festive period. Carabao Cup, lost to Newcastle in the quarterfinals, lost to Bournemouth in the 5th round. So yeah, it wasn't the greatest of seasons. It was alright. It was bog standard. I think what would be interesting, and I think this is true, is what would have happened like in 3 years' time. Like if we carried on this rebuild, I think Paqueta performed quite well. That's good. I think the issue is that a lot of these players will leave being wanting, like Jeremy Bowen's unhappy because we're not mid-table. Wants agree playing time. Same with him. They were playing a weaker role. He's played quite well. But the thing is, we had Kundus, so it was sort of like, I think if I'm looking at this, I think Kundus came on and off a bit. I think it was that sort of like we didn't get a consistent team that we played in week out. But overall, I think it's been an alright one. Like, I don't know. It's hard to point out like what was good, what was bad. I think if you look at it, it was a standard season. That was it better than last year in real life? Probably, but only just. Like, did the additions work? I think they did. Like, I think that it's hard to judge, isn't it? Because technically, what I could have done is like saved it, simmed one season, simmed the second, third, so you get that bit of balance. But I think a one season sim works because that Newcastle team may have there. Obviously, I'm going to compare it to yesterday's video. I think it would be interesting to see what the AI did for Newcastle. So obviously Eddie Howe left. Brought in, but so they brought in Morita from Sporting, Sergio and Conde and Sanyola. But they lost quite a few. Like, we got more money for Target. And that one. They did sell Shaw Longstaff. I think we all got more for Longstaff. We gave him a contract instead. I think it's an interesting one, and I think the next one's going to be even more interesting, and because that one is going to be with Leicester. So I want to say thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.